For your next tip, separate the math from the physics. Recognize when a physics problem becomes a mere math problem. For example, you have a block sliding down a rough inclined plane and asked to find its final speed, a common physics problem. At some point, you'll end up with, say, 3 equations you need to solve for 3 unknowns, purely an algebra problem at that point. The physics, where you used your knowledge of the motion and forces involved and expressed them to find the equations that you now have in front of you, is already done. So recognize that point in time and draw a line underneath your solution to note it. Some students find it helpful to move on to the next problem and do the math later, when they're sick of thinking about the physics. By the way, there are online simultaneous equation solvers that will do the math for you. Just do an online search on simultaneous equation solver. Of course, that's not the best way to practice your skill in solving simultaneous equations, but it will cut the frustration and time down for completing your homework. Just be sure that you have enough equations to solve for the unknowns. If you have too many unknowns, you need to re-examine the physics of the problem and find more relationships.
I have d is equal to 4v1 plus 9v2, and d is equal to 2v1 minus 4v2. I only have 2 equations, but 3 unknowns. Wait. The problem also says that one of the cars is moving twice as fast as the other, so v1 is equal to 2v2. Okay, now I have 3 equations for my 3 unknowns. I have the physics of the problem licked. I'm in physics mode, so I think I'm going to move on to the next problem and come back to do the math later. Once I'm done with the other problems, I'll dump all of those equations into the online simultaneous equation solver and let it do all the work.
That's working smart. Of course, you may want to go ahead and do the math if you're concerned that you may have done the problem incorrectly, just to check your work. There's an added benefit to doing this. It allows you to understand whether your problem in class is due to the physics or the math. A lot of times, students are not aware that their math skills are what's holding them back and not their understanding of the physics concepts.